Hello, welcome back to the Spoonie Stitcher channel. I'm Shannon the Spoonie Stitcher, you're inside the Stitchery, and welcome back to part 2 of our flip through this book. It's in 2 parts because it's such a big book, and I wanted to give each pattern some time. So, if you haven't seen part 1, it will be linked down below or possibly in the iCards above. I highly recommend watching that first, and then come back and see part 2. So, let's get started with part 2. Fantastic fashion. Student wizard hooded poncho. Designer, Lisa Torrey, the person who put this book together. Skill level, intermediate. The model is shown in a small, and the sizes go all the way up to a 3XL. Yarn is a worsted weight. They used We Crochet Brava, and it's a 4mm and a 6.5mm. Inspired by the Hogwarts students' elegant black robes, this hooded poncho is worked top down in raglan style. With easy shaping and increases throughout the shoulders, the poncho then grows and flows out in a loose-fitting circle around the body. Sleeves are then separated so that armholes can be added in the traditional robe style. So it has a little hood. That's really cute. It does look very simple. Bertie Bott's Every Flavor Socks. He thought I was going to say something else. Designer and skill level is advanced. Ooh, let's see. They have baby, toddler, child, and youth sizes, women's sizes, and men's sizes. This is shown in a woman's size 10.5. So really anybody can have these socks. Hook is a 3.5mm, and the yarn is a superfine fingering weight. These Bertie Bott's inspired socks features the red and white stripes of the packaging of Bertie Bott's Every Flavor beans, worked in rows for the body of the socks, adding the heel, toe, cuff in yellow to finish them off. They're perfect, subtle way to show off some Harry Potter flair, or to look like a giant box of popcorn, but hey. Okay, see, I'm not crazy. Who doesn't see popcorn right now? Like, this is the popcorn, this is the traditional box, you know. So for those who are unfamiliar, there is the packaging for the box they're talking about, so that's what the socks are referencing. Cute, huh? The Dumbledore hat. Design. Skill level intermediate. One size fits all. DK weight, number 3, yarn. Hook, 6mm. This everyday take on Dumbledore's hat makes a staple winter accessory. Worked from the brim up, Dumbledore's hat features elegant color work as well as intricate beading to add to the grandness. Continue with easy shaping for a slouchy fit, and finish with a clever tassel to top it off. Unbreakable Vow sweater. Designer. Skill level intermediate. Goes all the way up to a 6X. The model is shown in a medium. The yarn is a DK weight, and the hook is a 5.5. In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Draco Malfoy is given an unthinkable task by Lord Voldemort, one that will likely put him in mortal danger. In a bid of desperation, Draco's mother Narcissa and her sister Bellatrix make their way to the home of Professor Snape, where Narcissa begs Snape for his help and protection, and therefore she betrays really what she believes is the true cause in order to secure her son's safety. Much to the sisters' surprise, Snape agrees to help, and even under suspicious eye of Bellatrix makes an unbreakable vow to protect Draco with his life. This spell's unique visual presentation inspires this dramatic pullover, which is worked in a raglan style with easy shaping, on a background of black fading into green. The spell stands out in a dramatic white color work, seemingly casting the light onto the body of the sweater wearer. You can kind of see where they were going with that fade of black into green, and then the spell is right here. That's a very cool representation of this moment. I think this has to be one of the most clever designs in the book. So you see the sleeves? And then this is the magic. Isn't that clever? I love a good inspiration representation. It's one of my favorite things. Keepsakes and Curios. The Burrow Blanket. Designer, skill level, beginner. DK weight yarn, 5mm hook. This is great for a beginner. It's just a bunch of granny squares. And it's so cool looking. I love the colors they picked for this. I totally think Burrow when I see these colors. If you don't know, in the film, Molly Weasley has knitting needles that, they're knitting themselves. There's magic, and so they tried to recreate that here with the little crochet hook. Oh, I keep getting a glare. Okay, the little crochet hook is in midair and it's crocheting. Isn't that cute? The Burrow Blanket is a granny square motif blanket pieced together in a color palette suitable to Molly Weasley's eclectic tastes. A lovely edge is worked around the blanket after seaming and bring all the squares together. Harry visits the Burrow, the Weasley home, for the first time in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, after Ron and his brothers rescue Harry from the Dursleys' house on Privet Drive. The Burrow, with its many leaning additions and structures, is the exact opposite of Privet Drive. Warm colors, mismatched furniture, fanciful oddities, and, unsurprisingly, a lot of magic. Here is the blanket with a sketch of what they were going for in the Burrow for the set. Isn't that pretty? Hogwarts Acceptance Letter Crossbody Bag. Designer, skill level, intermediate. It's made in a fingering weight, super fine yarn. I would not have guessed that. 2.25mm hook. It is 10 by 8, or is it 10 when the flap is open by 8? I'm not sure. When a young witch or wizard turns 11, they receive a very special letter by owl post, their Hogwarts acceptance letter. This bag is a crossbody purse that features details from the Hogwarts acceptance letter, worked in one piece and is seamed together at the sides. The bag is crocheted in the color of parchment paper, with details such as a wax seal closure. Add a long strap to finish and be ready to wear this functional crocheted piece that celebrates your love of all things Hogwarts. It's so cool, and I love that there's a crocheted wax seal. That's like one of my favorite things about this bag is the fact that there is a crochet wax seal. I love that. Here is a really gorgeous photo of the entire bag with a real wax seal. That would take a lot of work, but it would be very worth it. And I would love to make something like this for my friend one day. I think she could carry all her papers in it and stuff. I think it'd be really cool. Dirigible Plum Pillow. Designer, skill level, beginner. Use a 5.5mm hook and worsted weight velvet yarn. They used Go Handmade Boheme Velvet Double. It also says to use a bulky weight, number 5 velvet, which they show as Bernat velvet. So you use 2 kinds of velvets. If you live in the States, I know that Hirschner's makes a 4-weight velvet, if you want to try that. And then you can use the Bernat velvet for the 5-weight part. So I don't know if that helps you. Dirigible plums first appear in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, where Lunalovegood wears them as earrings. The floating fruit grows upside down from twisted trees. The plums reappear in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, outside of Lunalovegood's house. This dirigible plum pillow is crocheted with ultra-soft velvet yarn in vibrant colors of dirigible plums. Each plum pops off the background fabric with wonderfully textured crochet stitches. Style your pillow right side up for plums that have already been picked, or flip your pillow upside down for plums that are still growing. That's cute. The Grim Doily. Skill level, intermediate. Designer. So you make it with a worsted weight yarn. They used Premier Yarns Premier Home Cotton, and the hook is a 3.25mm hook. Inspired by Professor Trelawney's alarming prediction, the Grim Doily is crocheted with black yarn set against a white background to represent the tea leaves at the bottom of Harry's teacup. The doily is worked in rows and then an easy-to-follow chart to bring the Grim to life. Finish the doily with beautiful scalloped border for pretty classic touch. So I want to make this. I really do. I think it's really cool. And I love that it's like tea leaves scattered on a doily. I don't know. I mean, I am a tea drinker, so I do really love tea-like things, but I think this is really cute. A prop reference shot for Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban that shows the teacups used in the divination scene where the Grim appears in Harry's cup. Hogwarts Crest Blanket. Designer. Skill level, intermediate. Aran weight yarn. 5.5 millimeter hook. A must-have home accessory for any Harry Potter fan, the design for this magical warm blanket features the iconic colors of each Hogwarts house: Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. In the center of the motif is the Hogwarts crest, featuring the creatures that represent the 4 houses. Working in single crochet, follow these detailed charts to crochet this warm, stunning blanket. This is awesome! I love this blanket. I don't know if I have the patience to make it, but it is so cool. Look at this thing. Okay, if any of you get this book and make this blanket, please tag me. I want to see this. I want to see somebody make this. This is epic. I love this so much. Potion baskets. Designer. Intermediate level. It's made in an Aran weight yarn. You use a 5 millimeter hook. In this design, 3 crochet cauldron baskets await you, topped with 3 different colors to represent famous potions from the films. These baskets feature easy increases and sturdy sides. Worked from bottom up, the cauldrons are then finished with their particular potion at the top. One with pink for love potion, Amortentia? I think that's how you say it. One with green for polyjuice potion, and one with gold for Felix Felicis. I think that's liquid luck. I'm really sorry if I'm getting that wrong, Harry Potter fans. You're allowed to correct me in the comments below. So tell me if I said stuff right, and if I get anything wrong, let me know. I'm fine with that. These are really cool, and my friend keeps asking me to make these for her. I want to. I do. I just, 1, I have no idea how I would get it to her. And 2, that's a lot of black yarn. That is a lot of black yarn, so we'll see. So that is what it looks like, and that's about the size. So this is a young girl holding it, so it might be a bit smaller for an adult, but yeah, it's a good size, and I love the bubbling cauldron thing. That's so cute. Golden Snitch Baby Blanket. Designer. Skill level intermediate. This is done with Barocco Comfort, which is a 50 acrylic, 50 nylon blend. Huh, interesting. 5 millimeter hook. The Golden Snitch Baby Blanket features a repeating pattern of snitches, the little gold things, crocheted in a textured stitch to make them pop from the rest of the fabric. Tiny wings flank each golden ball, and all the snitches rest on a contrasting gray background. With a simple repeat, this baby blanket can easily be made bigger, finished with a golden pom-pom in each corner. The Golden Snitch Baby Blanket is perfect for cozy home accessory for any Quidditch fan. The original measurements for this are 36 by 32, but like it said, you can easily make this bigger, so that's awesome. Our final pattern in this book is the Quidditch banner. Designer. Skill level, intermediate. You need a 5 millimeter hook, 4 medium weight yarn. They used Cascade Aran and Superwash Aran. Each motif is 9.5 by 6.5, but when the banner is all put together, it is 19 by 32. This Quidditch banner is a display of tapestry crochet inspired by the Quidditch towers in the film. Work the pattern in rows using your favorite house colors and finish by adding to a hanger to mount your house banner in celebration of Quidditch. That was the final pattern in the book. Thank you so much for joining me for parts 1 and 2. I'm sorry this took so long, but this is a very big book and I didn't want you to sit here for like an hour and a half. What was your favorite pattern from today's video? Let me know down below. I'm very curious. And are you interested in this book? The price currently at the time I'm filming this on Amazon is... That is not what I paid for it. I got very lucky and I found a very good deal. So Always remember there are multiple places you can look for books. They sell this on Barnes & Noble. They sell this on Thrift Books. You can always go to a thrift store or a used bookstore or Facebook Marketplace. There are always ways to find books. Don't forget to check out your yarn sites where you buy yarn, because We Crochet and Hirschner's have sold some really great books in the past, including this one. I don't know if they still do, but they have in the past. So, thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, life happens, yarn helps, and spoonies can stitch it up too. Bye.